welcome to the debut episode of Coach Joyner's War Room. Let's see who we have on the radar today. It looks like we have the University of Miami. Today I want to talk about Miami's struggles and what routes they can take to improve. Last year, they were the number one ranked team and they won the whole thing. They won the championship. They won Hoopsteria, which was a surprise to everybody. Players, coaches, media, because they haven't done that before. This is the first time they've ever won it, and now they're right back to where they usually are. A middle of the road team, honestly, below average at this point. So let's identify their problems. But before we do that, I want to play a little game with everybody. I'm going to show 4 teams. I'm going to show all their stats. Offense first, then defense. I want y'all to think about who these teams are. And would you think that they are close? So first we have Team 1, who has 66.6 points per game, which is the 38th ranked offense. That sounds pretty good. We have Team 2, who is 58 points per game, which is the 76th ranked offense. Oh, that's terrible. And then we have Team 3, the 76.4 points per game, the 5th ranked offense. Team 4, 69.3 points per game, the 27th ranked offense. So when we look at that, we have a team that's average, a team that's really bad, a team that's really good, and a above average team who's pretty decent. But when we look at all the other numbers, rebound and assists, field goals, 3-point percentage, free throws, and turnovers, they seem close in all of these, yet their offenses are so far apart. Now let's look at their defense. So we have Team 1, 68.6, Team 2, 52, Team 3, 68.4, and Team 4, 67.2. 2 of them ranked in the 60s, 1 ranked in the 50s, and 1 ranked number 1. So once again, you look at the other numbers, there's a difference in blocks for Team 2, who has the number 1 ranked defense. But other than that, they're not too far apart in every other stat, with forced turnovers or blocks for the other 3 teams, and even points per game, or often opponents' points per game for the other 3 teams. So after going through all those stats, y'all looked at them, they're on the screen. Who do you think Miami is? Do you think they're the team that has a really bad offense or with a really good defense? Or are they the team that's kind of mid at both? The team that's mid on offense, bad at defense? The team that's really good on offense, really bad at defense? Unsurprisingly, Miami is the one that's 38th on offense and 63rd on defense. But the surprise is the other 3. Team 2 is number 15 in the country, 13-5, Maryland, who has the 76th offense, even with Cooper Kenji Cross. But they have the 1st ranked defense. Next is Texas at number 3, 18-4, with the 5th ranked offense and 61st ranked defense. And after that is SMU, who has the 27th ranked offense and 49th defense. They're number 24 in the country, and they're 13-9. What this is telling me is Miami doesn't have an identity right now. They're neither a really good offense or a really good defense. They're middle of the pack on offense. All these rankings are out of 84 because there are 84 SWU teams. But they're the 38th ranked offense and 63rd ranked defense. So they're good at nothing. They're mid on offense. But even Maryland, who struggles on offense, if you have a 1st ranked defense or even a top 10 defense, you can get up to number 15. Or if you're Texas, who has a really bad defense but a really good offense, you can get up to number 3. SMU is above average on offense and just mid on defense, and they're up to number 24. So why didn't Miami, what struggles with Miami did they have where they can't take that jump on offense and that jump on defense? Okay, so essentially this season is over for them. They are 8-14, fifth in the ACC with an uphill battle to climb with teams like Duke above them. They're not making the hoops area most likely. So that chance of repeating, gone. So where do you go from here? Do you take the Texas route and get a better offense and still struggle on defense? Or do you take the SMU route and improve your offense a little bit, but bring that defense up to being at least serviceable? What makes the Texas route so hard is they're losing their number one scorer, Jermaine McLemore. Losing him will make it very tough to jump from 38 all the way up to top 10. He's your number one scorer, almost 20 points per game. Are you going to replace that in a freshman? Is Kevon Jackson going to come back and finally be the guy you thought he would be? Who's taking those points? Now, the SMU route sounds a bit more likely. Improving the offense with a freshman to give you 3 more points per game, which is the difference between Miami's points per game and SMU's. So improving the offense with a freshman to give you that many points per game, but you're already bringing in Tony Henderson, who is already committed, elite defender down low. So he should improve your defense. Now, who are you going to put around him to help even more improve that defense? What you have going for you right now? You have Dominic Bianco, who's your top player next year. He hasn't declared for the draft yet. All Miami fans should be hoping and praying he does not declare, because if he can, and he would be drafted round 1. You have Tony Henderson, who's committed, elite defender, like I said. And you have Jeremias Cordero. Sorry if I said your name wrong. He is not elite at one thing, but he is an all-around player. He scores pretty well, and he defends pretty well, but he's not elite at either. Now, if you wanted to go the offensive route, which I wouldn't, but who knows what the coach wants to do. If you wanted to go the offensive route, there are some guys you can go get. Shane Jackson from Bay Area. He has a verbal to Texas, but it's only a verbal. He hasn't signed anything. He's an elite three-point shooter who's shooting 60% from 3. With somebody like Dominic Bianco running the show, who can find guys, maybe the leading assist guy in SWU, he's going to find Shane Jackson on those wraparounds. He'll find them, and he'll be able to spray that thing from 3. Or Isaiah Orleans from Heartland Zombie Stars. He would have to reclassify, but he's a really good scorer. 13 points per game on good splits, 53% from the field, 43% from 3. That's another guy you can go get. Or you can go in your backyard, go to Southeast Select, and get KJ Hills. Another guy who would have to reclassify, but he's the number 3 ranked scoring prep at 16 at 17.5 points per game. He may be the guy that can give you 10, 15 points, even though Jermaine McLemore's leaving. He may be able to replace that production. If you wanted to go the defensive route, you can go Najor Fressis from Beast of the East. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Tell me if I did. He would have to reclassify, but he is a great paint defender, so I would look at him at least. Or you could go JJ Hoops from Indy Stripes. He's a good defender with some really good shooting. Those are 5 guys that you could mix and match some of those to make an even better team that's more balanced. My dream starting 5, if I could go with some of those guys, would be Dominic Bianco at the 1, Jeremias Cordero at the 2, KJ Hills, Najor Fresses, sorry again, and Tony Henderson. That gives you elite defense down low. Bianco can give you some really good defense on the perimeter. Same with Cordero. KJ Hills, maybe not the best defender, but can give you really good scoring on the other side to be the second fiddle to Bianco. Also, 1 through 4 are all really good shooters. They all shoot above 35% from 3, so you would have some shooting on this team, which would be, once again, good. Help you get that offense from 38 to 25. And then you have really good paint defense, which is where defense starts. Get that defense up from 63, hopefully get it up to like 40 at the least. But with these 2 roaming the paint, you may be able to get it up to 20 if the outside guys can give you some help. Now that's how I would improve this team. Now let me know on Discord, how would you improve this team? Who would you recruit? What's your potential to start in 5? And what route would you go? Offense or defense? I've been Coach Joyner. Peace.